Welcome to Europe News Center. Please like and subscribe for latest news updates. Serbia scraps curfew plan for Belgrade after protests. The Serbian government has scrapped a plan to impose a weekend coronavirus curfew in Belgrade after 2 nights of protests in the capital. Instead, PM Ana Brnabic announced more limited measures, including a ban on all gatherings of more than 10 people. President Aleksandar Vucic had wanted the curfew due to a rise in infections. Human rights groups accused the authorities of a heavy-handed approach and urged restraint. Dozens of police and protesters have been injured. Thousands of people turned out for a second night of protests late on Wednesday, blaming the government for the spike in infections. Protests were reported in other cities including Nis and Novi SVideos have emerged of police beating 3 men on a bench, and journalists have been caught up in the violence too. A police officer reportedly had both legs broken. The Council of Europe's Human Rights Commissioner, Dunja Mijatovic, said the violent dispersal of demonstrators by police raised serious human rights concerns. Amnesty International added that disproportionate use of force was not justified. Images of Serbian police firing tear gas and stun grenades indiscriminately into the crowd, and of protesters and bystanders being charged by mounted police and beaten by police in riot gear, raise serious concerns, said the group's Balkans researcher, Jelena Cesar.ad. The first night of protests began peacefully outside the National Assembly on Tuesday evening but later turned violent. Crowds broke into the building, prompting police to intervene. President Vucic blamed far-right nationalists for stirring up the trouble. One anti-government campaign group accused government supporters of instigating the violence and called on protesters to sit down if they came out in Belgrade on Thursday night. What has the government announced? The Prime Minister said a curfew would have required a state of emergency. Instead, she announced a ban on all gatherings of more than 10 people indoors or outdoors in the capital. The move could give police more reason to disperse further protests. Shops, pubs, clubs, restaurants and other indoor spaces in Belgrade will have to close for the night at 2100 local time, 1900 Greenwich Mean Time, from Friday. Outdoor venues in the city can stay open until 2300. A lockdown would have been the most efficient measure, but we decided to take this interim step instead, said Ms. Brnabic, adding that she could not understand why the protests were taking place. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe for more videos.